Well, let me tell you something, brother. Snort, snort, snort. Code. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip.
So, breaking off of that, okay? Or I should say following up on that momentum. I asked you guys yesterday, would you prefer a long-form React event, or would you prefer another themed gaming-style event, okay, for the next one? And after we talked a little bit, it seems like you guys wanted another themed event. It seems like these events are fun. You wanted to see another one. So I started brainstorming in my head, and I'm like, well, is there anything coming up topical that I could do? Any particular games? We just did Street Fighter. Or is there anything like time-wise, holiday-wise? And then it hit me. I was like, so what's the next major holiday here in the United States? Well, it's going to be the 4th of July, which is our National Independence Day. It's a huge, huge event here in the United States. And traditionally, here's how people celebrate. They meet with friends and family. They drink beer and or liquor all day. They cook out and have big family get-togethers with a lot of food and fun. And usually they have like fireworks and all kinds of stuff like that. Okay? So, since that's the case, okay, get rid of the troll. Since that's the case, I started brainstorming, and I'm like, well, let me look into this. First of all, what if I wanted to do an actual 4th of July event? And I looked into it, and there's two things that came up in my mind. First of all, the 4th of July is a Tuesday. And I'm like, doing a marathon on a Tuesday, you're probably not going to get as many people, right? Simply because it's not a weekend. You probably want to do a marathon on a weekend when more people can show up. And in addition, the 4th of July is a national holiday. And I know if I actually do a marathon event on the actual date of the holiday, less people will show up. Because a lot of people will want to be celebrating that holiday with their family and friends on that day. Okay? So like if I have a 4th of July marathon on the 4th of July, probably we'll have less attendance, and people will be like, why are you doing it on that day when we're going to be busy doing our real-life celebrations, okay? In addition, if you guys remember, during the Fight and Feast event, one of the major positive components that we had is that my wife, Kat, cooked. She cooked 3 different recipes for the show that were all from the Street Fighter Cookbook. And each one was a little different and unique, and they were actually very fun for her to make, and for me to try on stream. They added good variety of content, and you guys are going to see one of them is live on DSP Reacts, and the other 2 are going live over this week. You guys are going to see it's pretty cool stuff, all right? So she is like gung-ho, wants to participate in future marathon events like this. So I said to her, what do you think about an event based around Independence Day? And she was like, that would be neat. She's like, because what I could do is I could look up all these recipes online of American food. Maybe I can make you some specialty slider burgers. Maybe I can make like a big side, like a macaroni salad with a bunch of extra ingredients and things to kick it up. Maybe I could do a big dessert at the end. Maybe I could like bake something or whatever as a big American dessert or whatever, right? And I was like, yeah, that would be great. Can you imagine that? Me trying like homemade gourmet burgers, right? And you know, all this stuff. I mean, that would be great. And I'm not saying that's exactly what we're doing, but these are just some ideas. Maybe she could do some slow cooker food, some barbecue chicken or pork or something like that, and we could have these various recipes that I tried during the course of the day, just like we did in the Fight and Feast, right? That could be pretty neat, right? So she's all for it, and then that kind of reinforced, because you typically, not every week, but typically Kat works every Monday, Tuesday, and then sometimes she works other shifts during the week if she could pick up other shifts or whatever. So if she's working every Monday, Tuesday, and they're offering her to work on Tuesday, July 4th, she's absolutely going to want to work it because it's a holiday and she'll get paid extra. So it's like, yeah, she's going to want to work on that Tuesday to July 4th. So once again, another reason to not do the next big marathon event on the actual holiday, because she wouldn't be able to be here either. So with all these factors considered, okay, it seems to me like it makes sense that our next major event should be an Independence Day themed event. It'll be a marathon, all right, and it'll be probably that weekend before, so that would be either July 1st or 2nd, but I'm going to aim towards the 2nd. It seems like Sunday was a really good day to do this. Excuse me. So, yeah, I would say, taking a look at the dates and everything, let's tentatively set this event for Sunday, July 2nd. Okay? How does that sound? Sunday, July 2nd, DSP's Independence Day Bash. Or something like that, you know? Let's think about it. And here's the thing. Let's think about what we would want to do during that time. All right? What do you want to see me do during the Independence Day event? Obviously, there's got to be gameplay elements involved, correct? What kind of gameplay? Would you like to see me do sessions of the main games I'm playing at that time and make progress? Would you like me to see... At that point, Street Fighter 6 will be out. Would you like to see me do some themed Street Fighter 6 sets? Maybe I could play with American characters that day, like Guile or Ken. I'm trying to think who's American in Street Fighter 6. I'm trying to think of the cast right now, right? So maybe specifically pick the characters that are from the USA and try to go on streaks with them. Right? Or, you know, let's think. Because I'm just throwing ideas out there. What other things do you think of as, like, American or something that we could do for the Independence Day event, right? Now, the other thing is I want to do variety just like we did with the Fightin' Feast. So, probably there'll be some gameplay element. There'll probably be some kind of tier maker element. What would it be? I don't know. What do you think we should do? Maybe rank American food. Oh! We can rank American food against each other. So we can rank barbecue burgers versus chicken versus ribs versus mashed potatoes versus mac and cheese versus macaroni salad versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could rank all American foods against each other. Oh, that would be neat. You know, I would say you could also do other things. You know, we have to think. Well, again, what would be things? Because if someone was like, oh, why don't you set off some friggin' fireworks? And I'm like, I'm not setting off fireworks in my office. That's a bad idea. Just so you know, it's a really, really bad idea. So we're definitely not doing that. Okay? But yeah, we could think, let's brainstorm. Now that we kind of have this idea, and by the way, Eternal Napalm said DSP's Freedom Fest. Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. DSP's Freedom Fest Bash or something like that, right? Let's think. Let's start brainstorming names. Let's start brainstorming ideas. We now have a month. This is excellent. We have lots of time to talk about this and plan it out and get it going. So I'm happy that we kind of got this idea early because it'll give us some ample time to plan it out over the course of June because it'll be that first weekend of July. Okay? So there you go. I think this is a great event. And I think let's start now. But I guess the question is, I think the tier makers are going to be easier to figure out. The recipes will be, you know, my wife will look up stuff over the course of June and try to find good, like, American recipes to make for food for that day. But the real question will be, what gameplay element, right? I definitely think Street Fighter could be a shoo-in, but outside of that, I'm not sure what else we would want to do. So, let's think about it, okay? Sound good? You gotta love idiots like this troll right here who says, oh yeah, Phil's fans plan all his events, he's got it easy. Yes, because taking feedback from your audience so that you're doing things your audience wants is obviously a horrible idea, right? No one's ever heard of market research. No one's ever heard of constructive criticism or constructive input. That doesn't exist, right? Like, what a jackass. Anyway. So let's brainstorm. Give me your ideas. What do you think we could think of, you know, Independence Day / Freedom Fest / whatever it is. What theme stuff could we maybe do for that day? Or it doesn't have to be, and here's the other thing I want to say. It doesn't have to be themed towards that. If you guys literally just want to see me do some gameplay of something, we could do that too. Maybe you could pick a challenging game for me to play for like an hour that I've never played before, and it kicks my ass for an hour, and we all laugh at how bad I am at it, right? Or I could actually do something that we're already playing, and we do like a mini session, 90-minute session of that game, and make some progress in that game. All these are completely valid ideas. Okay, all of them. So, let's talk about it, alright? And go from there. If you guys have other ideas of what you want to see, great, let me know. But I think this is the best one only because it's themed towards something that's about to happen here. It's something that is easily... I have already... Half the ideas are kind of planning themselves, coming together. So there you go. Alright. So that's it. DSP's July 4th. It's not really, though, because I don't want to call it July 4th because it's not going to be on July 4th. So I can say, like, Independence Day or Freedom Fest, Freedom Fight. The Freedom Fight? If there's going to be Street Fighter, we should call it the Freedom Fight. DSP's Freedom Fight event. Freedom Food and Fight. Oh, no, we can't do that again. We just did a fight and feast. All right, we have time to think about this, okay? We have time to think about this. Anyway. All right, so there you go. Let's start planning that, all right?
Go. I got the drip, 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 go.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is, it's dumb kids.